how can we follow you on your trades? And of course, I'm showing everything here on YouTube, but I found out there was actually a platform which allows you to follow successful traders. So today, guys, we are going to be talking about PrimeXBT, which has a lot of unique features, and it is a derivatives exchange. So it has all of the, go-to features a lot of the other top tier exchanges has. And when it comes to leverage and trading in general, but it is also action-packed with a lot of additional features we are going to talk about today. Let's talk about PrimeXBT in general. So it is an award-winning Bitcoin-based margin trading platform which offers access to over 50 assets, including crypto, forex, and commodities from a single account. Yes, that's right. Not only are you able to trade crypto, but also other commodities and forex and gold and whatever you want. And I'm going to show you that here in a bit. So what you do is you use Bitcoin as a margin collateral to trade all those assets with. So let's get into it. If you're tired of only trading crypto, PrimeXBT allows you to trade other assets using your crypto as margin. And guys, I'm sure a lot of you have heard about this exchange previously. This is not a small unknown exchange. This is a serious player, and they also have a lot of partners, one of which is actually the co-vesting feature itself. They have partnered up with another partner regarding this feature, and they are fully regulated and everything is in its place. So let us begin by looking at the platform. So if you ever want to deposit, what you do is you go to accounts and then you get the deposit wallet right here. You can deposit Bitcoin. You can also fund your account buying Bitcoin if you go down to first off deposit here, and then you click buy Bitcoin if you want to buy directly from them using their partners. So let's look at the actual platform. And yeah, this looks pretty, similar to what you're used to with a couple of differences. So first off, to the left here, you can see that you have markets, and they have a lot of markets right here. You can see XAU, I believe this is gold, and XAG is silver, and you can actually filter by the markets right here. So you have CFDs, you have oil, you have all of these indexes right here. So of course S&P 500, for those who have been talking about where do I find traditional markets, you could actually sign up to PrimeXBT and you click here. Whoops, I misclicked. So what you do is you just type, if you want to see the chart for, let's say, the S&P 500, the traditional markets, or any of these other countries, you just type it in right here, and yeah, you got it right there. It's going to load. And so we can see that the S&P 500 is having a bit of a rally here, so that's cool to see. So yeah, on PrimeXBT, you are able to diversify using Bitcoin, but buying other assets as well. You also got forex here if you want to trade traditional currencies. So how do you place an order? Well, let's go back to crypto. Let's go back to Bitcoin, and I will show you that as well. So we are now on the Bitcoin chart. What you could do is you could just right click, and then you got buy or sell. So let's say you want to go long Bitcoin. You can see right here, if I want to go long right now and I want to buy one Bitcoin, you will see that there's going to be a margin impact down here. So what this does and this is a bit different than what you are probably used to, because they use cross margin for everything you're buying right here. So you will need to make sure that you just have the margin on your account and make sure that that is not too high. So you're not using too much of your margin, because that is when you're going to run into trouble and risk being liquidated. So always have a stop loss when you trade something like this with high leverage over on this exchange, and don't buy more than your margin can cover, basically. In general, I would not advise anyone to use more than 50% of their margin on the account. And of course, they can go to account, and once you have a couple of orders open and you have the funds on your balance, you're able to see exactly how much of your margin you are using currently. So this way of doing it, it's just a bit different than what you are used to, but it's actually pretty simple once you get the hang of it. All you need to do is you need to keep track of your margin and make sure that you have that in check. You can control your leverage by simply adjusting the position size. So that's what you do. For example, if you have one Bitcoin on your account, this allows you to open a 100 Bitcoin position at a 100 to 1 leverage. If you open such a trade, you will utilize the maximum possible margin of 100%. And as I said, I don't recommend anyone to use more than 50% of your margin trading on this exchange. So in such case, it's very likely that you will get a margin call or liquidation if the price will go against your direction. So what can you do instead? Well, you simply open a trade of 20 Bitcoin, for example. In such case, only 20% of all available margin will be utilized, allowing a lot of buffer to open additional trades or simply leaving a lot of room for the price to move. So it can move against you without you being liquidated rather quickly. But yes, be very mindful of the leverages. Oh, and I should also mention that they have very competitive fees also when compared to other exchanges. So now let's talk about perhaps the most interesting feature. So what you can do here is you can actually follow successful traders. So if you go to the co-vesting feature, you can see that you have Mr. Gueridos has the highest rating here. You can see the rating, why, how the rating is determined. You can see the manager's equity is more than or equal to 0.5 Bitcoin. So that gives you 1 star. Over the past 60 days, the number of trading days, the presence of trading activity is greater than or equal to 30. So it means that they are active. And over the past 30 days, the margin level did not fall below 60% and the trading volume was more than 0. So it meaning they are trading and they're also keeping track of their margin. And so for the last 30 days, the ratio of the profits of closed positions to unprofitable ones are at least 70 to 30. And over the past 30 days, this is the perhaps hardest one to get. The turnover has been greater than or equal to 50 Bitcoin. Now, 50 Bitcoin is a lot of money. At current prices, let's call it $46,000 times 50, that's 2.3 million. I mean, consistently over the past 30 days. So this is very hard to get, but nonetheless, you can see that these traders have, this one in particular has a 1,000 followers here. So 1,000 people are already following his trade. So how this works is you pretty much allows these traders, you give them permission to trade with your funds. And of course, you have to be careful because if you go to, let's say, this guy, there's a lot of information right here. You can see that the followers' equity is $1 million, slightly above $1 million. And they started off with 921. So he has already made his followers, or she, $100,000, not that, but $80,000 approximately. And he has himself put out 56,000 of his own money. Now I am doing this in US dollar terms. You can also flip to Bitcoin terms right here. Let us go back to dollar because that is easier. So you can see how many days this guy has been trading also, 119 days. So in general, you probably want to pick someone who has been trading a lot. Then you got some more information down here. You can see the profitability over time. If we flip by a month, you can see that this person has been consistently profitable for 5 months in a row. Now, if I go back here, I'm not telling you to jump into these traders straight away. I'm simply showing you a very cool feature on this exchange. And just like with trading in general, if you jump into this guy's trading and he loses some of his trades, you are also going to lose money. So you have that risk. This is not a just buy it and you are going to become very wealthy. No. You have to keep track of everything and there are risks involved. But yeah, you can see how people are able to kind of build their reputation on this platform by being profitable and in general just doing well for themselves. Some of these guys, if we sort by total profit, some of these guys are almost at 1,000% of profit here. Is this during the last 30 days or is it in total? This is probably in total. And if I were to use this platform personally, I would probably look for someone with high rating, a high equity, good performance, a lot of followers, and have been trading for a lot of days, and obviously also being in a profit. So what I would see actually, or what I would want to see for this platform as a feedback, is if you could go into these traders and they could actually write something about their trading style, how they are thinking when they are getting into a trade, and just general information. That would be very cool, but I'm sure that they are probably going to implement something like that in the future. So what you could also do is you could go deeper into these people and look at how well they are managing their money. So if we go to the person with the most amount of money right here, which is Gary does. Again, let's go into his profile and you go down. You can see some of their stats down here, their profitability, but also if you go higher up, you can see their equity. Has it been increasing during time? You can see their margin. So you need to make sure this is not getting too low, because that is when they are risking getting liquidated. So it seems like this guy in particular is doing a good job with it when it comes to risk management. So are there a couple of things you should avoid when getting into co-vesting? Yes, of course, always be careful and never invest 100% of your capital into one of these funds or one of these people. Do not invest without regularly checking the fund's statistics. So you need to keep track of this. You cannot just put your money into it and expect to become a millionaire. Do not invest in a fund with low equity managers. So you need to make sure that they actually have some funds to trade with and that they are, they know what they're doing. Do not invest in a fund that has been on the market for less than 30 days. So you can see the active days right here. And so in general, just be careful. So I want to ask you, what do you think of co-vesting? What do you think of this platform in general? As I said, if you want to sign up, you got the link in the description. If you would like me to test out with my own funds and see how these people are doing and if this can actually be profitable over time, let me know down in the comment section and I will try to make that happen. But other than that, thank you so much for watching this video, guys. I will see you in the next video.